Hello students, welcome to chemistry classes. In this part of video, I have explained types of chemical reaction. First, what is chemical reaction? The change of one or more substance into other substance having different composition and properties is called a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, the substances which react together are called reactants, whereas the new substance formed are called products. So, reactants convert to form a product in a chemical reaction. Actually, chemical reactions involve the breaking and making of bonds between atoms to produce new substance. A chemical change that occurs when two or more substances combine to form a new substance is known as chemical reaction. Types of chemical reaction. First, combination reaction. Next, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, oxidation reaction, reduction reaction, precipitation reaction, exothermic and endothermic chemical reaction. Let's discuss this reaction one by one. First, combination reaction. In simple language, we can say that when two or more substances combine to form a single product, the reactions are called combination reaction. For example, burning of coal. Carbon and oxygen combine to form carbon dioxide CO2. In the same way, formation of water. Hydrogen and oxygen. We can say that two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen combine to form a single product, water. Decomposition reaction. A reaction where a more complex molecule breaks down to form two or more simpler products are called decomposition reaction. In this reaction, a single reactant breaks down to give simpler products. Types of decomposition reaction: thermal decomposition reaction, photochemical decomposition reaction, electrical decomposition reaction. First, thermal decomposition reaction. When the decomposition reaction carried out in the presence of heat, the reaction is known as thermal decomposition reaction. This basically means breaking apart with heat. For example, limestone after heating decomposed to form quicklime and carbon dioxide, means calcium carbonate after heating gives calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Have you noticed that the green color of the ferrous sulfate crystals has changed? You can also smell the characteristic odor of burning sulfur. In this reaction, we can observe that a single reactant, ferrous sulfate, breaks down to give simpler products. This is a decomposition reaction. Ferrous sulfate crystals lose water when heated and the color of the crystal change. It then decomposes to ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Ferric oxide is a solid while sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide are gases. Another example of a thermal decomposition reaction is given in activity. Take about 2 gram lead nitrate powder in a boiling tube. Hold the boiling tube with a pair of tongs and heat it over a flame. We have to observe the emission of brown fumes. These fumes are of nitrogen dioxide NO2. Lead nitrate after decomposition gives lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. Electrical decomposition reaction. When the decomposition reaction carried out in the presence of electricity, the reaction is known as electrical decomposition reaction. The decomposition reaction caused by electric currents is called electrical decomposition reaction. For example, water decomposed to give hydrogen and oxygen molecule. Next, photochemical decomposition reaction. We will see that white silver chloride turns grey in sunlight. This is due to the decomposition of silver chloride into silver and chlorine by light. Silver chloride decomposed to give silver and chlorine in the presence of sunlight. Photoelectric reactions are used in black and white photography. So simply we can say that when decomposition reaction carried out in the presence of sunlight, the reaction is called photochemical decomposition reaction. The decomposition reactions require energy either in the form of heat, light or electricity for breaking down the reactants. Displacement reaction, when more reactive element displace less reactive element from its solution, this reaction is called displacement reaction. A reaction in which one part of a molecule is replaced by another is called a displacement reaction. Simply, a reaction in which a one element displaced or replaced another element is known as displacement reaction. For example, the reaction between iron and copper sulfate. In this reaction, iron has displaced another element copper from copper sulfate solution. Iron is more reactive than copper. Next, double displacement reaction. A reaction in which two reacting ionic compounds exchange their compounding ions is called a double displacement reaction. Such reactions in which there is an exchange of ions between the reactants are called double displacement reaction. For example, solid sodium chloride is dissolved into silver nitrate solution. It forms precipitate of silver chloride. Same, two solution potassium sulfate and barium chloride, when mixed together, it form insoluble precipitate of barium sulfate. In the same way, when we mix sodium sulfate and barium chloride, the precipitate of barium sulfate is formed. One more example of double displacement reaction is the reaction between lead nitrate and potassium iodide solution. Lead nitrate and potassium iodide react to form yellow precipitate of lead iodide solution. In above example, we will observe that a insoluble substance is produced. This insoluble substance formed is known as a precipitate. Any reaction that produces a precipitate can be called a precipitation reaction. So, double displacement reaction is also called precipitation reaction. Next, exothermic reaction. A reaction that releases energy is called exothermic reaction. The reactants have more energy than the products. Energy must be released as the products form, and the container in which the exothermic reaction is taking place will feel warm. Endothermic reaction. A reaction that absorbs energy is called endothermic reaction. The products have more energy than the reactants. Energy must be absorbed as the product form. The container in which an endothermic reaction takes place will feel cold. Respiration is considered as an exothermic reaction because in respiration oxidation of glucose takes place, which produces large amount of heat energy. So, respiration is considered as an exothermic process. We all know that we need energy to stay alive. We get this energy from the food we eat. During digestion, food is broken down into simpler substance. For example, rice, potatoes and bread contains carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are broken down to form glucose. This glucose combines with oxygen in the cell of our body and provides energy. The special name of this reaction is known as respiration. In this reaction, energy is released. So, respiration is also as an example of exothermic reaction. All combustion reactions are exothermic in nature. For example, burning of natural gases is an exothermic chemical reaction. But photosynthesis is an example of endothermic chemical reaction. In this reaction, carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll combine to give glucose and oxygen. Photosynthesis is an endothermic reaction and respiration is an exothermic reaction. Oxidation and reduction reaction. Oxidation involves gain of oxygen loss of hydrogen, loss of electron, and increase in oxidation number. In the same way, reduction involves loss of oxygen, gain of hydrogen, gain of electrons, and decrease in oxidation number. During this reaction, the copper oxide is losing oxygen and is being reduced. The hydrogen is gaining in oxygen and is being oxidized. In other words, one reactant gets oxidized while the other gets reduced during a reaction. Such reactions are called oxidation reduction reactions or redox reaction.